Welcome to the Sanctuary. I'm Kyle, and I'm here to tell you never be afraid to step into the pleasure den of the absurd. Now, today we're going to talk about movie trailers. And according to Wikipedia, a trailer, also known as a preview, coming attraction, or attraction video, is a commercial advertisement originally for a feature film that is going to be exhibited in the future at a movie theater or cinema. And there are many trailer compilation products out there, and I love them. I love movie trailers, coming attractions, whatever the hell you want to call it. I love it. You see the best parts of the movie, and many times, the trailer is way better than the movie itself. So why wouldn't you want to see the trailer? That's what I say. And again, they would have these taglines coming across the screen, never before shown on the screen, frank and bold pictures of whatever. And, you'd see all this stuff going on, and mayhem and action and little pieces of drama, to entice you to be like, wow, this is really going to draw me in, So again, I must say that, I don't know if this makes sense, but I don't really consider myself a collector per se, but I certainly have a collection that I've amassed over the years. And it's just, I go out and see things if it interests me, I get it. And again, when people come into the sanctuary, I want to, show them things that, they might not normally see anywhere else, and so therefore, introducing them to maybe something that they may not have seen before. And I've had friends tell me, you introduced me to movie trailers. I never knew they existed before, and they enjoyed watching them, as much as I did. And so it's always a good thing. So that's what I'm here for. And that's why, I invite everybody to come into the sanctuary. And that's why I want to share all this stuff with you. And so I have a couple of honorable mentions here. And these are just a few. I mean, you could really go down a rabbit hole with this kind of stuff. I mean, I'll get into other compilation type of stuff that contain trailers and other scenes, but are not strictly trailer compilations. And these two discs put out by Severin, these are two documentaries about the video nasty experience that went on in England in the 80s. They had to gin up some kind of phony controversy to, for political purposes. And while some of the films, may have been, the public should have been warned about, a lot of it was just nonsense. And so the reason these get honorable mention is because other than the documentary itself explaining what went on and what movies were banned, they contain all the trailers for all the movies that were on the official Video Nasties government list. And I popped one in just the other night, and it drew me in, and again, that's why I love trailers. They draw you in, and I'm here to tell you, if you want to have a get-together or a party or something, pop in a trailer compilation. People will love it. I mean, it's great. And so as far as video nasties go, you'll see all the trailers on these two documentaries. And another one is this one here, put out by All Day Entertainment Image, Tales of Frankenstein. This was a show that was made for TV. But the great thing about this is it contains nothing but Frankenstein-related movie trailers afterwards. You know, you get all the Universal ones, all the Hammer ones, and it's fun. You know, you get some extra Abbott and Costello stuff on there too. And then there's this one too, and this Blu-ray of documentaries. This one here about Canon Films. The documentary is great, and on this disc there's a second documentary about the exploitation films they made down in the Philippines. The great thing about this and why it gets an honorable mention is the fact that there's a whole trailer reel of Canon Films on this one, and you get all the Filipino films on this one, so they get an honorable mention. And I mean, you'll see that with other things, especially with the Something Weird Blu-rays that Image put out. I mean, the Doris Wishman stuff is just has a string of trailers on it. It's really good. And so here we go. We'll start with the Blu-rays, I guess. This one was really fun. I'm glad that I got it. The American Genre Film Archive put this out. And the AGFA Horror Trailer Show, which is really good. And the other cool thing about this disc is it just has this bonus just reel of weird scenes edited together. It's really fun to watch, and you know, this one's really cool. Plus, if you wanted to see some these cheesy low budget like VHS style trailers from Africa, it's on here. Where else are you gonna see it? It's amazing. It's great. I love it. Here's another one that's pretty cool. Exhumed Films and Diabolic DVD. Diabolic DVD is a real nice place to shop for a lot of the latest Blu-rays and stuff, especially if you like, you know, exploitation and horror and that kind of thing, and just, you never know what you're gonna see there, so it's good to check it out. Anyway, they Exhumed Films, Diabolic teamed up. They exhibited some films in the theater, and they compiled this to sell along there. 20 Years of Terror, and it's just another Blu-ray, 93 minutes of fun stuff. And you know, the thing about trailer compilations is, you know, you're gonna see a lot of overlap. You're gonna see a lot of the same films, but a lot of these, the cool thing is, a lot of these, there's always something to it, you know, that the other ones don't have. So, you know, and again, who doesn't mind seeing some of the same old stuff on one disc? You know, you're certainly not going to watch them all. Not all these anyway, because this will last a good week or two, you know, consecutively, if you were to. Anyway, next we go to Garage House. Put out these series of Blu-rays. There's Trailer Trauma 1, and this one is 137 minutes. This one's cool. It's got like, you know, monster movies, exploitation movies, jungle movies, you know, all sorts of horror and stuff. You know, that's what all this stuff is. And then they came out with Trailer Trauma 2. This one is 203 minutes, HD, fun. And then there's Trailer Trauma 3, which is all 80s. And this one can be a little bit jarring because there's a lot of screaming in every one of these trailers. So when you're watching, when you're binging on this one, it can be a bit jarring. And this one is 2 discs. And the first one goes from 80 to 81, and disc 2 goes from 82 to 1989. And it's 439 minutes combined. But, you know, you in the 80s, you know, you had a lot of the slashers, and, you know, there's some Cannon style action movies, Chuck Norris and whatnot in there. And then they put out Trailer Trauma 4, and this one's cool. This one's these are actually the promos that they would use on television. So some of these like are really short, 30-second little teasers, you know, to get you out into the theater. This one is 180 minutes long, and again, this is what you would see on TV, you know, during the commercials and whatnot. So that one is pretty interesting. And then they put out this one, Trailer Trauma 5, 70s Action Attack. This is a single disc, and this one's really good. You know, it's a lot of 70s action stuff, you know, see tough guys and private eyes, cops and criminals, pimps, pushers and rednecks, wild women, vigilantes, truckers and bikers to take to the streets in an all-out final assault. Over 3 hours of movie mayhem delivered at point-blank range. It's about to burst into blazing hot shrapnel before your scorched eyeballs. 183 minutes. It's just fun. You know, and it's amazing because you'll see actors in these films. You'll be like, wow, I didn't realize this person was in so many movies. You know, so next we have this one from Severin. If you like kung fu, this is nothing but kung fu, chop socky, you know, all those sound effects and screams and all this stuff. I keep kicking the tripod, that's why it goes like that. And yeah, this one has films from 1972 to 1983. It's 120 minutes long. They put out a second one. I didn't get that, but it's pretty, you know, it's got the Bruce Lee films. It's got everything plus, you know, I mean, I don't think anyone's even seen all of the kung fu movies that were made in Asia. But next we have, this is a great set. I would say if you're gonna want to see a really good trailer compilation, then I would go with the Drive-In Delirium Set from Umbrella Entertainment. This thing, if you watched them all back to back, I mean, whew. So here was the first one. Drive-In Delirium, 60s and 70s savagery. Over 140 demented trailers, uncut, uncensored, remastered in high definition. This one is pretty cool. I mean, you get monsters, maniacs, mobsters, cops, all kinds of stuff. You know, you'll see some Italian movie trailers, some foreign films. You want to see a really weird movie. an interesting movie, you know, watch some Italian film, you know, from the 60s and 70s. It's pretty amazing. This is, I'm trying to see the time on here. 367 minutes. You get hours of fun. That was the first one. Then they came back with the 80s. Drive-In Delirium. The 80s, Overdrive, over 110 demented trailers, uncut, uncensored, remastered, in high definition. This one is wild, and they're all super long. This one's 227 minutes. And, you know, it's not just low-budget movies, don't get me wrong. A lot of these, you know, are mainstream films from major motion picture companies, interspersed with, you know, you got a lot of Canon and stuff like that, but it's really good. I mean, again, and so then they came back with the new batch, 175 mind-blowing trailers, uncensored, remastered, in high definition. I mean, just the cover alone, I mean, you can see what's on here. And you get a bonus 95-minute standard definition trailer compile along with this one. This is 373 minutes. Just great. I mean, you want to have fun, just pop that in. And then they came back with Drive-In Delirium, Dead by Dawn. Look at this. Look at this. They're getting more mainstream here. Let me put this phone off here. Getting that glare. So look at that. That's pretty wild. Sorry about this glare going on. Not sure. I'm getting used to this, folks. You know what I mean? It's a brand new channel. So stick with me. It'll just get better. And so anyway, this one has 167 horror and TNA trailers, uncensored, remastered, in high definition. Look at this. This one is 378 minutes. I mean, it's just great. And there's more. Drive-In Delirium with a Vengeance. I mean, just, again, looking at these covers gives you an idea of what you're going to see on here. 157 action and sci-fi trailers, uncensored and remastered in high definition. 388 minutes. I mean, hours of fun. Come on. This is great. Oh, look at this. You get a bonus 90-minute standard definition trailer compile. Can't beat it. And here's the last one. Drive-In Delirium. The Final Conflict. Look at this. Look at this cover. You know what you're in for. Look at this. 181 mind-blowing trailers, uncensored and remastered in high definition. What do you think is going to be on here by looking at this cover, huh? Just what do you think? Look at this. This one is 420 minutes, the longest one yet. Plus a bonus 2-hour standard definition trailer compile. Now, just with these alone, right, that I just showed you, just from these, the Grindhouse and the Umbrella Drive-In Delirium ones, there's still more. There's plenty of movies you had no idea about, and we're gonna get into some of them here. These were put out by Synapse, and you've got 42nd Street Forever, and just a wild collection. This is 128 minutes. all sorts of weird stuff. It tells you the films that you're going to see on the back. And again, a lot of these, you know, discs just don't have this stuff. Here's, hold on a second, I got them out of order. Here we go, 5, 4, 3. Well, I seem to be missing volume 2, but we'll substitute it with this one here. From the people that brought you 42nd Street Forever is Grindhouse Universe. Oh man, this one is put out by Band One Productions, and over 2 hours of trailers, and it tells you which ones you're going to see on the back. This is a pretty cool one. Back to the 42nd Street Forever series. Here's volume 3. Exploitation Explosion. Oh man, this one is 101 minutes. You get the films on the back. You can't beat it. Then there's volume 4. Look at this. I think you get an idea of what you're going to see when you look at the cover. And it also tells you the films that are on here on the back. And this one is 105 minutes. And the last one, or at least the last one I have, is volume 5, Alamo Drafthouse Cinema. I've never been to the Alamo Drafthouse, but apparently there was one, I believe, over the bridge in New York. I think there's one in Austin. And they serve food and beers and show movies while you eat. And this one is 99 minutes. It tells you the list of movies that you're going to see on the back. Another nice series. That was by Synapse. So here's a couple of weird ones here. I don't know where I got this one from, but Shock DVD, 66 trailers. This one's pretty gruesome. It's must be a certain region. It's Shock DVD. Over 2 hours of material, and it tells you the list of films. Trying to get rid of that glare, but it tells you the list of films on the back. And it comes with a slipcase. I don't know what. Sometimes these slipcases get damaged and lost. But here's another couple ones. These are from Germany. And actually, you know, it's good to have a region-free DVD player, I'll tell you. And this is why you want to have it. So, I don't even know how to say it. It's all in German, but here's the, what was that? Here we go. I don't know if you can read that. But there's the titles. There's 2 of them. And these have actually some old monster stuff from the 60s and Herschel Gordon Lewis type stuff, and it's pretty interesting. You got some guy talking in German before they show you this stuff. I mean, I think there's even some black and white stuff from the 50s on here. So it's pretty interesting. This one's 100 minutes. They're both 100 minutes. So you get a lot of fun with that. If you know German language, you'll appreciate it even more. Okay, what's this one here? So I got this from, who are these guys? Oh, I can't remember who put this out. VHSPS.com. It's pretty cool. Grandpa's Monster Movies. Grandpa Al Lewis introduces a bunch of old-timey black and white movie trailers, and you know, these are always fun. I mean, you get all the monsters. You know, it tells you on the back what you're gonna see, and you know, a lot of it is like the universal monsters. But there's some stuff. There was a couple things that I've never seen before that were on here, and it's mostly old black and white horror movies and whatnot, and Frankenstein and mummy stuff and all that good stuff. And speaking of monsters, here's a really good one that I really enjoy. This one's a jewel. All Monsters Attack. This was put out by All Day and Image, and it's nothing but classic monster movies, giant monster movies. In particular, I mean, like King Kong, Godzilla, Mothra, you know, the Ray Harryhausen stuff is on here, and it's great. I mean, it's just a lot of fun, you know, stuff from the 50s and 60s, and over 50 classic sci-fi trailers. You get a couple of making of featurettes. One of them is about the land that time forgot, the seventh voyage of Sinbad, and this is 120 minutes. This is a good one. I think this is out of print. You can't get this anymore. Or if you can, you'll probably be paying a lot for it, but it's fun. Here's another one. Full Moon Grindhouse Collection. The Best of Sex and Violence. This one is... I'm trying to... I can't even read how long it is. But it's... what does it say? Compresses all the entertaining elements from 40 of the most lurid features from the last decade into one exploitation extravaganza. A non-stop cavalcade of terrific trailers. And this is fun. You know, it doesn't tell you what's on the back, but it's fun nonetheless. You know, it's got a lot of 80s, you know, sci-fi monster movies and that kind of thing. This one here is cheap. If you ever see these cheesy flicks compilations, cheesy flicks. I know I had another one. It was red. It might have been Cheesy Science Fiction Part 2, but this is 60 minutes. You know, it tells you on the back what you're going to see, and you know, it's good. War of the Worlds, them, Earth vs. the Flying Saucers, a lot of that old-timey stuff that I just love, man. I love this shit. This one here, this is the Vinegar Syndrome. If you're not familiar with the DVD distributor Vinegar Syndrome, this was their catalog of films, Spring 17. And so it's all trailers of what they have to offer, and that's fun. They got a lot of interesting stuff. This one's pretty cool too. This was put out by Legend Films, and it's called Action Heroes of the Cliffhanger Serials. So this is stuff from, you know, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, all the cliffhangers. For those that don't know, Cliffhanger was a series of like 20-minute, 30-minute films, and you know, at the end it was some sort of action thing going on, and at the end of the episode, you know, you would see the hero or heroine, you know, be like tied up in a car and going over a cliff and to their doom. And it would be like, oh, what's going to happen next, you know? And then so you would have to go to the theater the next week to see what happened, how it continues. And it'll usually start that episode by seeing them, you know, get out of the car before it goes off and into flames and that kind of a thing. And this stuff is fun. Some are better than others, but it's a lot, talk about binging. If you want to binge stuff, go watch an old serial. Some of my favorites, Batman first appeared on screen in 1943. Boy, you should see what he was doing back then. They're both kind of fun. There was two. I think there was one in 43 and then it was one in 49. And they had two different guys playing Bruce Wayne Batman in each one. And Robin is in both. And it's fun. This one is 90 minutes. Just all kinds of stuff. Jungle adventures and just all kinds. Superman, Batman, Shazam, the Green Hornet. There's one I want to get called The Mysterious Dr. M. But I have a few. Radar Men from the Moon. I've got Superman. I've got the two Batman. I got Shazam. That's a good one. I got The Vanishing Shadow on Blu-ray. There's a few I want to get, so those are pretty cool. So now we're going to one of the best video companies out there. I should probably do an episode about them on their own. And that's Something Weird Video. Very near and dear to my heart. And we used to go to the Chiller Theater Convention way back in the day, in the early 90s, when none of this stuff was on Blu-ray. You were lucky to find a film on videotape from some collector who had it on a reel-to-reel and transferred it. That was really fun, and it was burgeoning. At that time, the biography of Ed Wood was released, and there really was a bubbling interest in all these people and things going on. It was really alive at the time, and that's where I got exposed to a lot of this stuff. And so Something Weird was there, and Mike Vraney, and later on, he had this little vixen with him who was Lisa Petrucci. And I hope I said your name right. I'm doing this on the fly. But she's been a real nice person to me over the years. And so these guys are very near and dear to my heart. They really do put out the weirdest stuff out there. And but it's all stuff of interest to me. And as far as trailer compilations go, they put out this one, Roadshow Trailers from... This is all stuff from the 30s and 40s and 50s, and ultra rare movie previews from the golden age of exploitation. And they tell you what's on the back, and it's just fun stuff. I love all that old timey stuff, that Dwayne Esper stuff, and it's just kind of funny. And so they put out a whole series, 27 discs of what was called Twisted Sex, and this would be number 28, which is the worst of. And it's just a compilation of what you're going to see and all that other stuff. And yeah, I have all 27 discs in that series. And that's why I pulled that one out, just to show you what's what. They put out this one here. Afros, Max, and Zodiacs with Rudy Ray Moore, Dolomite himself, introducing nothing but blaxploitation films. And here's some ad art on the back, give you an idea of what you're going to see. And so if you're a fan of blaxploitation, that was a fun one to watch. And so now The last one I can show you here is very rare. Can't get these anymore. They put out a whole Dusk to Dawn drive-in Trashorama show series, a whole 10 DVD set of films that, again, you know, you're going to see foreign films, foreign dramas, Italian crime dramas, and spy movies, and monster movies, and exploitation movies, and you know, just all sorts of weird and fun stuff, you know, musicals and kung fu, and you know, just all kinds. Look at this, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Shriek of the Mutilated, you know, Rose Red and the Big Bad Wolf, you know, The Golden Goose, Little Red Riding Hood and the Monsters, Duel of Fire, Nightmare Castle, you know, Can't Stop the Music. I mean, you know, Roller Boogie, all kinds of stuff. And back in the day when Something Weird had their booths and they were selling stuff, they would sell some of these on VHS with a cassette of radio promos from a lot of these films, and those are fun. I'm really on the lookout for some of those. They used to be on, you could get them on 45s. I have not seen any compilations on CD or anything, but I've got a couple 45s of different promos. And so yeah, if you want to have a little party up to the next level, throw in a trailer compilation. Doesn't matter what it is. Somebody's going to recognize an actor that's in it, or know the film, or just be entranced by the newness of it all and seeing it, being like, what's this? You're going to love it. I'm telling you. And I don't think I'm going to stop getting trailer compilations. I don't care if they all contain the same stuff and whatnot. I'm going to get it because it's fun. You never know. Whatever's handiest to grab, you know, right off the bat is the one you want to see. So I'll probably do another video about they're not so much trailer compilations, but they might contain trailers or scenes from films. They're compilations, but they're not necessarily strictly trailer compilations. So they're just compilations, and I'll probably do a video about that stuff too. In any case, thank you for joining me. You are always welcome in the sanctuary. Come hang out, relax. This is where, you know, we let the world burn and sit around here and enjoy all this stuff. So never be afraid to step inside the pleasure den of the absurd.